Yo, yo, yo! Welcome back to the MMA Short Show. As always, your boy, Steven Moustaris. And guys, I won't bore you with the whole UFC 289 talk, at least like with, the fights and whatnot. I've already talked about it. If you guys want to check it out, definitely go back and watch some of the videos or whatever. But, the one thing I really, really want to jump on here Monday morning and talk about, man, is just how grim this women's division's about to look now. Not just featherweight, not just bantamweight, not everything. Literally the entire women's, MMA division right now is... Holy shit, we are looking bad. And it's crazy to think it's only been 10 years. It's only been 10 years since women's MMA has been, in the UFC. And if we're looking back, we always had the Ronda Rousey for the first, 4 or 5 years, and her doing her thing, winning these fights. I mean, you even had the Misha Tate thing, still had some eyes. And then clearly when Holm came in, took that whole thing over, that her knockout of Ronda at least, brought some eyes to the table. And then clearly Joanna started to do her thing. Thug Rose made her appearance. Cris Cyborg came over, and then it was the rise of Amanda Nunes. For 10 years now, we've always had something going, and you can even add Valentina in there for a little bit, doing her damn thing. And it's you can add Zhang Weili or whatever, but for the most part, there's always been something going on in women's MMA. Always something, always something. And then all of a sudden, we're looking now that Amanda Nunes is retired, guys, holy shit, I was sitting there questioning if the women's featherweight division was even going to be a thing after, because they made it for Cris Cyborg, and then Amanda Nunes shook the world and knocked her out, and then they're like, well, we got to keep it around for Amanda Nunes to have her double champ status. So with her gone now, this is looking terrible, all right, let's just go down the list here for maybe what's out there for women's MMA. Okay, cool. We got the Valentina Shevchenko and Alexa Grasso rematch, probably for sure, is what I'm guessing might be the most exciting thing right now. But even then, seeing Valentina lose and her last couple performances haven't been necessarily prime Valentina. It's more so her just being calculated. It's kind of like the GSP effect there for a little bit. Once GSP realized hey, I've already done my dominating. I've already knocked these guys out. I've already submitted them. I've already finished the BJ Penn, the Matt Hughes. All these guys. He did learn okay, I'm taking way too much damage. I need to be smarter. And I feel grappling's an easier way to win. I can control these guys. And that's what Valentina's doing. So, I mean, she lost her hit factor a little bit. And then, of course, she loses to Alexa Grasso. So it's okay, so what are we really sitting there to watch Valentina anymore? She kind of lost her aura. Maybe she goes out and knocks Alexa Grasso out. Maybe she gets it back a little bit. But one of the biggest things with her biggest storylines was just how close a fight she's had with Amanda Nunes. And we were kind of all looking forward to a trilogy fight. Or at least I'm speaking for myself here. And, now that's gone. Alexa Grasso, she's my girl. Don't get me wrong. But, she's not the most exciting fighter when it comes to, finishes and knocking people out and, at least getting, the casual's eye. And, it doesn't help either that she doesn't really have the greatest English, which I don't personally give a shit about. But I know for marketing and everything, it doesn't help the most. I know it helps the Mexican thing right now, but that just doesn't help you out much. Well, we got Zhang Weili, who I think is an absolute dog, but her number one storyline out there is with what's going to go on with her and Rose Namajunas now that we've seen Rose beat her twice. And where the hell's Rose? Thug Rose just seems like she doesn't even want to fight anymore. I don't even know what's going on with Rose Namajunas. It feels like she could have easily had that title shot 6 months ago if she wanted it with Zhang Weili or Weili Zhang, and she is nowhere to be found. So what, we're going to get, China on China crime here, Chinese on Chinese crime here with, Yan Yuzhan or Jinan versus, Zhang Weili. Okay, cool. That's kind of exciting for China and everything, but for the big aspect, are we going to get that many views for that fight, let's be realistic here. What, we got Juliana Pena, she seems to be the most hated woman in MMA right now. I don't know what the hell happened, but just seeing her, she gets that big win against Amanda Nunes, which probably most likely she caught her off guard. And then we go on, and then Amanda Nunes just absolutely fucking just breaks the brakes off of that woman, just kills her, literally just beats the shit out of her. And then we got Juliana Pena talking shit. She had her chance. She had to back out of the fight for injury, which isn't that big of a deal. But without Amanda Nunes fight, we don't want to see Juliana Pena fight, do we? I'm not trying to be a dick here. I'm just being honest here. And then what, we got to look Carla Esparza's in there, I think at number 6 or something on just the rankings. Come on now. Carla Esparza, I love Carla Esparza. One of the nicest girls probably out there. You can just tell by the way she acts in her interviews and everything. One of the nicest, sweetest girls out there. But if it wasn't for a gift from Rose Namajunas not even fighting the one night for her to get that championship, I mean, Jesus Christ, we've seen what Joanna did to that girl. We've seen what freaking Zhang Weili did to that. Sorry, nobody wants to see Carlos Esparza fight. I'm not trying to be a dick here. I'm just being real. You know, freaking Aaron Blanchfield, that's okay. There we go. We finally got like a little gold star going, but who is there for her to fight? You know what I'm saying? Do we want to see her fight Juliana Pena? Okay, cool. Do we want to see her fight Raquel Pennington? No. Do we want to see her fight? Who do we want to see her fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's fights out there, I guess, but like, now that Amanda Nunes is gone, the queen of this division, the queen of MMA is gone. Like, if that's the only way you were going to build somebody up was for her to get beat, and like we seen with Juliana Pena, she went out and got her ass absolutely destroyed in that second fight, and it was pretty much proven a fluke. Like, my girl Jessica Andrade, super impressive for what she's been doing, but she's lost. She's going on her little, her little stints now of losing. We've seen she can't beat the Zhang Weili. We've seen that. I mean, I know she knocked out Rose with a fucking, huge slam, but for the most part, she's going to get out, picked apart by Rose. We've seen her get picked apart by Joanna. Valentina was too big for her. Like, when we see, Aaron Blanchfield way too big for her, like, it's just, she's kind of long in the tooth, kind of been out a little too long. Like, I just think her time's a little too past. Like I said, with Yan Janan, yeah, cool. You got the Zhang Weili fight. So if you knock out Zhang, like, cool. But like, there's nobody there. Rose doesn't seem like she wants to fight. So how are you going to build her up? Like, Taylor Santos, Amanda Lemos, like, my girl Amanda Hebos is one of my favorite girls too. But like, if we're being honest, guys, like, who do we want to see these guys fight? And like I said, Holly Holm, 40-something years old now. I love Holly Holm, but what is she going to do? She's already done her splash. Like, guys, this is getting scary for women's MMA. I really don't know what else is out there for them right now. This is going to, I think we might be going into our first little chapter after 10 years finally. This might be our first time where we don't have a girl that, has that, that title of baddest bitch or whatever it would be. I don't mean to call them a bitch. It's just, I'm sure they would like that. Like, if you're a fighter and somebody's like, oh, that's the baddest bitch out there. Like they said about Amanda Nunes, like, it's going to feel cool probably. So in all respect, this is what I mean. Like, Alexa Grasso, my girl, like, probably has the most heat on her right now. But guess what? If she beats Valentina again, very impressive. But like, who else is out there for her? She could probably, no offense, but she could lose to an Aaron Blanchfield. She could lose to whoever else. Like Irene Aldana, as much as I love her, like, she didn't do anything for her stock. She just lost all the respect for a lot of people out there. Like, not for me personally. I'm never going to lose respect for a fighter just for going out there and not doing the thing. But, she did look gun shy. She looked like the show was way too big. The spotlight was way too big. The stage was way too big for her. So, I don't know, guys. I wouldn't be shocked if 145 is not going to be around for a while. I don't know what fight. They're going to make Raquel Pennington versus fucking Juliana Pena. Like, come on now. Do we want to see that? Like, no, we don't. We saw what Raquel Pennington happens to her when she gets title fights or even any big fight. Loses. I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm just trying to be honest and respectful here. Like, this is going to be a very dry spell here for women's MMA. And shout out to Amanda Nunes. She deserves all the respect. The girl's a queen. She's done it all. But she has taken women's MMA and has left no juice in it whatsoever. So I feel bad for the UFC currently. I think they're going to have a tough time building girls up. But at the same time, we say that, and some girl's going to come out of the woodwork here in the next couple months, and we're going to be like, holy fucking shit, where's Amanda Nunes at? She needs to come back and fight this girl. So who knows? That's how MMA seems to work. Seems like, but when it comes to women's MMA, I don't know, man. It feels like as much as the sport's evolving and as much as these ladies are evolving, it still seems like it's a little behind the spotlight, at least maybe even slacking a little bit when it comes to the, the household names. Like, I guess we got pretty spoiled there with Ronda Rousey and the girls already named, but definitely keep an eye on that. I don't know what you guys are feeling. I just think this might be ugly here in the next couple of years. So, as always, your boy, Steven Moustaris. Let's go, baby.